me from today. And if this is your first time joining me, my name is Abbie Ritchie. I am the tech guru for seniors. And if you aren't a senior, I want you to forward this live event to a senior that you love, because today I'm going to be solving their problems about their cell phones, the ones that keep shutting down on them, the ones they keep asking you to help them with. I'm going to be solving their problems. And I want you to let them know they don't have to be on camera to join me. They can just join even if they're having a bad hair day. That's quite all right. I totally get it. But if you are with me today, go ahead and put this down in the chat and let me know where you're joining me from, because I love to see your comments and I love your questions. And I want to thank you so much for sending in all of your questions, your inquiries over the past week. I've gotten many of them, and I'm going to be answering some of them today. But today, I'm going to teach you the top 5 signs it's time for a new cell phone. So if your device has stopped behaving the way you expect it to, well, stick around, because I'll also be sharing with you my top picks for a device that you're going to love, not your son, you. There are devices out there that make your life easier and that they're geared specifically for simplicity. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. And as the senior tech guru, I don't want you to get stuck somewhere where you need to make a phone call. You know, there are still folks in Texas who are without a certain level of plumbing or electricity. And I don't want that to happen to you. I'm invested as the tech guru for seniors in making sure that your device is working well, okay? And if you are finding that your device is not working well, that it's shutting down on you sporadically, if you can't make it beyond your morning coffee without having to recharge your device, well, that's one of the signs, and we'll be talking about those more later on, so stick around, okay? And I want to also tell you, you know, I get a lot of questions. People ask me this all the time. Abbie, why seniors? Why older people? And what I want to tell you is that I love working with older folks. It's truly my why. I grew up spending a lot of time with my grandparents, with my Nana and Papa, and I have a deep love and admiration for older people. It's my why. It's why I do what I do. So if you love a senior, show them your love by forwarding today's episode and send that to them and ask them to join Abbie Ritchie, Tech Guru for Seniors. If you're here right now and you're under the age of 50, you're too young to be here. Go back to work. But when your parents have tech support problems and you need to hand them off, you're damaging your relationship, you're getting impatient, they're calling you at the wrong time. I want to be that resource for you, okay? Because I love your grays. I love them. And I want to be there for you for when they have an issue. We're patient, we're calm, we're resource, and we will be able to get to the bottom of those issues quickly. And please invite your parents to join me every Wednesday. I'll be here between their Mahjong and their CPK. I'll be right here, okay? And I'll be answering their tech questions. And if you want to do the very nicest thing for them, head to the seniorsavvy.net website. And my wonderful assistant, Emma, created some gift cards that you can purchase for your folks. And this will liberate you. It will restore your relationship. It'll take yourself out of that tech equation. And I know you don't want to be there. So if you need to jet off, and get to work. I'll repost this later today, and you can hop in about 10 minutes, okay? So, coming up, the topic of the week, is it time for a new cell phone? Is your device pooping out on you? Okay. Is it getting hot to the touch? Is it shutting down unexpectedly? Is the glass cracked? So all of these are the type of signs that we'll be talking about in just a bit. I also have done some research and I have some excellent devices I want to share with you for when you're ready to get a new device. Now, I know many of you are still carrying around an iPhone 6 or older. And I want to tip you off to the fact that that device will no longer be able to update, okay? Most likely coming this fall. So I want to prepare you for that. I don't like surprises. I know you don't either. And I want you to be prepared so that when you need to contact a loved one and when you need to reach out or you need help, your phone is working, right? It's a basic need. And I want your phone to work. So the rest of this live, it's for your mom. Please forward this to them because they've earned it. And so have you. And again, if you're under 50, you're too young to be here. Doesn't that sound nice? You're too young to be here. So go back to work and forward this to your folks, all right? And if this is your first time joining me, I'm thrilled that you're here. I want to let you know that as the tech guru for seniors, my goal is to keep it simple senior, okay? KISS. And I say that, KISS. We don't say that other S word. This is keep it simple senior because I know the other S word is not you. And even though you may not be the tech expert, you are the expert in your life. And I value that. I know that you bring something else to the table, and I honor that. And my goal as the tech guru for seniors is to serve you. That's what I want to do. And sometimes that means speaking slower. And sometimes that means keeping out a lot of the details so that you get what it is you need to understand. And that's what I want to do with you today. See, one of my goals is to help you connect with your family and your friends. And that's through technology. And one of the silver linings of COVID for Senior Savvy has been to be able to reach more people through technology. It's one of the silver linings. And I know this past year has been a dump, right? But through technology, we've been able to connect with our family and our friends. And that's truly the goal of Senior Savvy, is to help you connect with your family and your friends so that you can continue doing things that you love doing, whether it's your book club or it's your gin group or it's your family and your grandchildren. I want to help you get connected to them. And that's what we're doing here at Senior Savvy. We're breaking through that isolation barrier. And in addition to this weekly Facebook Live, we also provide one-on-one tech support. We do Zoom workshops around the country. And you can always head on over to the YouTube channel and see some instructional videos where I just break things down simply, cut out all the complicated details and provide it to you in a simple way that makes sense, right? All right, I want to launch into my product of the week. Every week, as I'm going about my day to day, I come across a product that I know I want to share with you. And so this week, and this actually ties really well into our topic when it's time for a new cell phone. Because anytime I'm helping you one-on-one and I see that your device does not have a glass screen protector on it, we got to talk, okay? Because in order to preserve the longevity, and protect your device, you need to put a glass screen protector on there. And I want to tell you, I will pick these up at the 99-cent store. Okay, so now you know how much they are. I'll pick them up there. They have all various models, so you want to make sure you're getting the right kind. And get two while you're at it, so you have a backup just in case. So these glass screen protectors, they're very delicate to the touch. So they have complete sensitivity in them. You're not going to notice once it's on. It goes directly to the edge and leaves room for whether it's a home button or your camera or the microphone. There will still be room for that. You can continue to use whatever case you had before. This will not interfere with that. Okay, it's shatterproof. It has high transparency, and it also has an anti-fingerprint coating, so it won't get all smudged up. I really want to encourage you to make sure you have one of these on your device, because if you drop it, if you break the glass on the front of your device, it will cost you about $100 to repair it. We had to do it recently. I'm not going to say who. So it's going to cost you about $100 to repair that. Okay, so what are you going to do? Are you going to pay for that repair, or are you going to pick up one of these or two at the 99-cent store, right? It makes sense to do that. And if you need any help putting that on, let us know. We can guide you. We can help you in your area. Okay, I want to launch in now to the Senior Savvy Scam Alert of the Week. And this actually comes from one of my star students who was notifying me that this had happened to her husband. And so here it is. Let me lay down the scene for you, okay? So people started emailing her husband saying, I think your email's been hacked, because they were receiving an email not from his email address, but from a completely different email address saying that this was him. And here's what the email said. Okay, it said, I want to share this with you to tip you off to it. I am sorry for bothering you with this email. I need to get some Google Play gift cards for my niece. It's her birthday. But I can't do this now because my knees are giving me problems as well. I'm going up and down one step at a time, and this method is neither graceful or fast. And I tried purchasing online, but unfortunately, no luck with that. Can you get it from any store? I'll pay you back. Let me know if you can handle this. Okay, so there's so many things that's wrong with that situation besides the grammatical errors. Okay, and what has happened here is that the hackers have gotten access to his contacts, and they're sending everyone in his contact list an erroneous email. So when something like this happens, and according to McAfee, gaining access to email contacts for your contacts list is usually a result of a weak password, and one that you're quite possibly reusing. So here's what I want to suggest that you do. Number one, reach out to your email contacts immediately. Let them know you've been hacked. Number two, change your email security question. If you have security questions associated with your email account, be sure to change them too, and make sure that they're unpredictable. Number three, go ahead and enable multi-factor authentication. Yes, multi-factor authentication, it adds another step to your login, but it also adds another layer of protection. Enabling this means that in addition to your password, you'll need a unique one-time code. You don't write that down. It's just a one-time code that will come to your phone, for instance. Okay, I know that you've seen this before. You log in, you get a code on your phone. I know it's hard to get that code sometimes. It will be in your text messages. You can always have it resent to you, or you can always have a phone call in place of that text that disappears right away. But this extra layer of protection is going to verify that you are the actual email address account holder. Number 4, go ahead and scan your computer for malware and viruses. And number 5, please, oh, please, oh, please, change any other accounts with the same password, because if they hacked in with that one, they're going to start going after the rest of your accounts. So please, please, oh, please, oh, please, go ahead and change all your other passwords, okay? All your other accounts with that same password. Okay. My topic of the week, the top signs. It's time for a new cell phone. And now I'm going to go ahead and launch into this. If you have any chats or any comments, go ahead and put them down in the chat. I would love to know if there's something you're seeing your device doing, and you would like to know, quite possibly, it's time for a new cell phone. Okay, here is number 1. Your screen is not responding to your touch. Your screen is not responding to your touch. So if your phone has started to register your taps and swipes as suggestions and not commands, responding to some while ignoring others, it's time to upgrade to a phone that listens to you and is going to be responsive to you. Okay. Number 2, is your screen cracked? If it is, like I said earlier, it is probably around $100 to have that repaired. But keeping that cracked screen and using it is a hazard. And worse than a slow phone is a cracked phone. Now, you may have grown accustomed to your smashed display to where you barely notice the intricate spider web pattern of cracks, but a crisp new screen is certain to be easier to see. It's going to be better on your eyes. And there are some services out there that will repair cracked screens, but depending on your phone and how much you paid for it, and sometimes it's just logical to upgrade at that point. Again, put one of these on there and protect it from cracking. Number 3, your battery drains before you even finish your coffee. Okay, if you have enough battery going on each day without having to schedule a recharge for your phone, you're in good shape. But unless you are watching movies on your device all day, you can reasonably expect to be able to leave the house with it each morning and return at the end of the day without having to consider recharging the battery. Now, last week we talked about preserving your battery and what to do if you get stuck and you're low on battery. We talked about that, so go ahead and look at that one from last week. Forward it to a senior that you love so that they don't get stuck with a dead phone, all right? But your cell phone, it should be able to make it the full day without you having to charge it. Number 4, random shutdowns. You know what's worse than constantly running out of battery? The random shutdown, right? You're in the middle of a phone call, boom, it just stops. It goes black. You are writing a text message and there it just disappears. It goes away. It stops working completely. The only thing that's less fun than the random shutdown is the random shutdown followed by your phone taking a good old time to start back up or refusing to even turn back on until later. Get a new phone and gain some predictability in your life. Okay, number 5, here it is. It's unable to update. You can no longer update to the new software. So Apple has a newer version of their software just about annually. You can anticipate this happening in the fall every single year. Android does the same thing, but they just name it a little bit different after dessert items. Either way, the software gets updated in the fast-paced world of electronics. And most new phones, they're compatible with the upgrade and they just keep on functioning. Some older phones may not be able to do this update at all. And over time, you will lose the functionality in your device. It will stop working well. It'll freeze up on you. You won't be able to use your favorite Candy Crush game. The things that you used to be able to do will become glitchy. And these are all signs that your device needs to be updated or is unable to update. Okay. I had something like this happen to me right before I updated my phone a couple of years ago. My phone would get hot and then it would just shut down. It would freeze up, it would go black. And I just couldn't cope with that level of inconsistency. Well, now what I want to do is talk about my top picks for a new device. Because if you're seeing these signs happen on your phone, I want to share with you what would be a good upgrade for you. And the reason I'm putting it this way for you is because, well, your children may want to buy you a phone, right? But it may not be the right phone for you. It could be the best phone for them, but not for you. And there's a difference there. And so I want to educate you and empower you so that you know what would be a good upgrade for you. And I usually like to recommend that you stay with something you already know. So if you are already an Apple user, stick with Apple. And if you're going to upgrade your iPhone, or any of your phones or any device, doesn't matter which kind, I want you to consider, what are you going to use it for? Just making phone calls, text messaging? What will you be doing on it? Are you going to be taking pictures? Will you be needing to use an app like Lyft? And again, what system are you already used to? So let's just keep it simple, right? You don't have to learn something brand new. I want it to be as simple for you to start using and adopting as soon as possible. So if you're using an Apple device and you're already familiar with that, I want to encourage you to opt for the Apple SE, all right? The reason being is that the SE has a home button on it, whereas some of the newer devices don't have a home button. You have to swipe up to get back home. And I'll tell you, as tech guru for seniors, that swiping up feature can be a learning curve. And there is an iPhone that you can choose. It's the Apple SE that has a home button on it, which is a constant source of reference for you. So you know exactly how to get back home each and every time. The Apple iPhone SE also has a great battery life. It's going to allow you to do software updates for years, and it's got a stellar camera in it. So if you're planning on taking a ton of pictures of your grands, then this would be a great upgrade for you. Now, if things have gotten too complicated for you, if there are 100 apps and options on those smartphones and it's just too much altogether, and you only want to be able to do the basics, which is make a phone call, text message, have contacts, maybe get on the internet, have a camera, as well as have your favorite apps, then the Jitterbug Smart 2 would be a wonderful device for you. The Jitterbug Smart 2 is made by GreatCall, which I can't say enough about. They do have a US-based customer service line that you can call. You can also call and schedule a lift, which is a huge bonus. You can keep your existing phone number, and there are no annual contracts. Also, it comes in at about $150 total. Okay, and there's no cancellation fees. That's called the Jitterbug Smart 2. Now, if you're a Samsung Galaxy user and you are comfortable with an Android device and you're comfortable with the way things are laid out, you already know about the Google Play Store and you're used to using it, then I want you to stick with what you know. Continue to use your Galaxies. And there's even an easy mode in the Galaxy that changes the presence of the apps. It makes them larger. It makes them bolder. It's easier for you to see everything on your device. And so that is the easy mode within your Samsung Galaxy. Okay, here's my last one. Now, if you are a flip phone user, I still love you, okay? I still love you. You could still be one of my star students and use a flip phone. All right. I just want you to have a phone that works and that when you need to make a phone call, you're able to use it. That's what I care about. And what I want to suggest is the Lively Flip. This is the Lively Flip by GreatCall, also the same manufacturers as the Jitterbug. So the Lively Flip has some great features that are going to outshine the other flip phones that are out there. And here they are. One is it's voice activated. Okay, so you can speak into it to tell it to do things for you, like make a phone call. It also has an amplified speaker. Now, a lot of the devices don't have this, but the Lively flip phone does. It has a great speaker. It has easy navigation, so the buttons make sense. And I'll tell you, often when I'm meeting with you and you have me program your flip phone for you, those buttons don't make any sense. They're hard to navigate. But on this one, it is easy to navigate. It makes sense. How to end a call, how to take a call, how to add a call to speed dial. Okay, one other awesome feature I want to share with you, and that is that the Lively Flip has a magnifier with a flashlight. Yes, so if you're stuck in a dark garage, you can use that flashlight. If you're trying to read a menu, you can use the magnifier with the flashlight. It's built into that flip phone. If you want any help on where to purchase these, and perhaps the best time of year, because there are specials throughout the year based on the manufacturer of the device you're planning on getting. If you want any help with that, I want you to reach out to us, okay? We are at seniorsavvy.net, and we are here to help you. And if you love a senior, I want you to show them you love them by forwarding today's episode to them. Now, I will be here with you every Wednesday, and those times are 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, and it's 10 a.m. Pacific. I'll be here for you. You can always reach out to us with an email, submit any questions, and I am so glad that you made it here. I consider any